Hey everybody, it's Mark, DoctorDeadwax here, and I'm here to do a response to zeppearl Vance's Vinyl Horror Stories thread. Um, Cheers, Vance. Happy 100 subs. Well deserved, my man, and this is the lovely Lisa. It's Beau's All Natural tonight. Was it Lisa who was horrified by was it Johnny or Edgar Winter, one of those boys? Yeah, I have the same response when so actually I don't have, well, I've got a few vinyl horror stories, but they're not that major. But I have one vinyl horror story that doesn't really have anything to do with me, but it kind of was caused because of me. 20 years ago, say like 91, 92, I was out in a bar drinking with my cousin. We spent a lot of time in bars, my cousin and I, back then. And there was always an after party at his house. And one night, I was out with a guy that I'd gone to school with and that I was working with. And he was not a close friend. He was just kind of somebody I knew who I socialized with on a few occasions. And I told my cousin, I said, I don't think you want this guy to come back to your house. He can be a bit of a Lugan once he gets beyond a certain point. And this guy was like, he was a Who fan, so everything was the Who, the Who, the Who, the Who. There's nothing he liked to do more than at 3 o'clock in the morning get all liquored up and play the Who. And we go back to my cousin's house, and he's got, a beautiful turntable. I was out of vinyl by then. I still had my vinyl, but I was totally into CDs. But he's still totally into vinyl. He's got this excellent turntable for the day, and it's up there on his rack. He's got a dedicated audiophile rack for the bloody thing. And we ask my buddy, I'm not going to use any names here, but we say, what do you want to drink? And my cousin and I, we head down the hall to the kitchen to get some beers out of the fridge. And all of a sudden, we hear, like, "Don't get fooled again!" just blaring as loud as it can fucking go. And my cousin is like, I don't have that on CD. And so he goes running out to the living room, and it's on vinyl, and it's on this turntable of his, and it's spinning around, and it just kind of sounds like total cack. Doesn't sound like his turntable. So he takes it off the record and he yells at my buddy for a little while. But my buddy's so loaded, he does it. And anyways, the evening ends, and I of course, the next night we head out drinking again. And when I go drop by my cousin's place to head out, he's like, "So your buddy just totally pooched my cart there last night." And I'm like, "But it played." And he's like, "Yeah, it plays, but," he says, "it's the suspension on the cart, the cantilever, it's totally shot. The cart almost sits flat down on the record, and it's like off to one side too." And I go to have a look at it, and he puts a record on, and yeah, sure it plays, but it just doesn't sound like it should. Considering it's a 1991, it's a $1,200 Benz. I'm not sure if it was a Benz Glider, Benz Gull Wing. Not quite sure what it was, but it was $1,200 at the time. And he can't get this guy to pay for it, and I don't have any money at the time to reimburse him either. So, but actually, his home insurance eventually covered the damage, so he got lucky there. I don't know how the hell you get a home insurance policy to cover your cart, but my most recent vinyl horror story was probably this. Steve Reich, live, electric music. Look at this beauty. This is just the most gorgeous pressing of this record. Look at that. It's in shrink. The shrink has just shrunk a little on the one end. It's as crisp as you can get. The corners are sharp and beautiful. I'm just going to slight that. Anyways, the corners are sharp and beautiful. This is a record from '68, I think. You really don't get much better than this. And I got this for $5 online from a guy I know that I've talked about him before. He sells records, and he always grades high. So if he says a record's near mint, it's VG+. If he says it's VG+, it's VG. But I know that, so I get some good records out of this guy. This guy said this record was near mint. So here it is. Columbia Records. And this side has the violin face. And this side has, I think it's going to rain. This record had never been played. This record is in shrink, stone dead, perfect mint, Columbia Masterworks, original pressing, 1A stampers on both sides. You could not get a better pressing of this record. US plates from New York. And I play it, and it's all awesome, and I really, I enjoy it. This is a very, I would say this is an inaccessible piece of music. These are inaccessible pieces of music by Steve Reich. For most people, and I didn't overly enjoy them, but they're highly interesting. Violent Phase is kind of a violinist playing to tapes of him playing that are shifted off phase a little. And I think It's Gonna Rain is like tape loops that are sped up and slowed down, and there's like 8 of them going at a time. And that's basically all they are. I take this thing off the turntable. I go to put it away. I don't know if I could show this here, but I go to put it away, and I scratch the bloody thing. I don't think it's going to show. Anyways, I scratched this thing right here with this scratch. Oh, there it is. There it is. So you can see that. Beautiful scratch. And the effing thing ticks for like 5 minutes now through I think It's Gonna Rain. It kind of adds to the music a little, but like this was a $50 record that I got for $5. Never seen a copy this clean ever. And I was going to put it away, and it kind of futzed it a little, and it hit the corner of my desk, and away it went. So anyway, those are a couple horror stories. Cheers, Vance. Congratulations. 100 well-deserved subs. I love your videos. Have a great day, everybody. Keep the record spinning.